Barbershop conversation, guys. Feel free, hit the subscribe button. So I'm listening to Trill Box. I can't take it no more. I for the first time ever in my life, I had to cut Trill Box and talk off. I'm smiling and shit because that's just my disposition in life. But I'm just, listen, dog. I am so fucking furious with this nigga, dog. Like, I am so... Eddie Hearn, you have compromised the sport of boxing. Dude, I was mad when Tyson Fury walked into the ring and they called that nigga a world champion, not sanctioned by no sanctioned body, and it was a 12-round fight. I was upset. You know why I was upset? Because you had a gold medalist calling the fight in Andre Ward, and you had one of the best amateurs that America has ever seen in Timothy Bradley, right? And I'm sitting there watching this shit, and I'm like, these niggas ain't saying nothing? But Eddie Hearn, you have taken this shit to a space that I have never, ever seen in my life throughout the course of this year. And enough is a fucking enough. All right, now I'm gonna tell every prospect, every fighter, if you sign with Eddie Hearn moving forward, I understand people are under contracts now. Understand what you have to go through to build your brand. I'm not saying you can't be successful. I'm not saying it's not a lot of money, and I understand the realities of all that. But Eddie Hearn should be put up on charge. They should trump charges. Like I said yesterday, I'm in the Honda Civic right now. I'm gonna keep it as real as you can be. I got property in the hood, right? And there's a street in LA called Figueroa, right? Look at my windows, right? It got bird shit. It's a 2002 Honda. You can tell just by the windows how I keep up with it, right? It looks kind of like I basically live out of it, right? And there's a street called Figueroa, right? Don't you know, because of this car and what it looks like and my skin color and how I'm perceived in this car, I never drive down that street Figueroa at night. Never. Even when I'm going out, because it gets dark early around 5 o'clock here in LA in the wintertime, and I never drive down that street. Why do Fred never drive down that street? Because I may get pulled over and they may lie and say, oh, Fred is trying to, they may trump charges on me. Like, oh, Fred is trying to solicit a prostitute, because it's prostitution, drugs, and alcohol on that street. That's how Maine, it's called the Blade, right? That's our main Blade here in Los Angeles. I never drive down that street at nighttime because I don't want to get put up on Trump fucking charges. I don't want them niggas to say, oh, I was soliciting a prostitute. Oh, I was doing this. Oh, I was doing that. Nah, I don't take that chance. And it's sad, and yet it's true, right? Eddie Hearn, we need to trump up charges on this nigga, man. Assault and battery, assault with the deadly weapon. I don't know, y'all think of some shit, but at the end of the day, man, this nigga cheated, dog. He purposely cheated. He had 3 days to find a new opponent. 3 days. It was a title eliminator. It wasn't a fucking big time title shot. It probably was a handful of $1 million that they had to pay out. You understand what I'm saying? They should have pulled Dillian White and brought in another fighter, man. For the sake, I mean, I'm just tired, man. When I'm saying I'm so fed up with this shit, man. More to come on this shit. And Eddie Hearn said this shit years ago. In 2012, he said, if you get caught twice using PEDs, you should be suspended for life. For life. You should be suspended for life. Eddie Hearn, I need you to have that same energy towards Dillian White. He needs to be suspended for life. And I'm going to tell all y'all media members. Listen to me. I'm going to tell all y'all media members that's covering the fight this weekend. Y'all better do y'all job. And I'm going to tell you guys, if a media outlet is out there this weekend, today is press conference day, tomorrow is weigh-in day, and Saturday is the fight. They got 72 hours to get their fucking job done. You should never, I'm not saying you shouldn't watch them, but you should never respect them ever again. That means they have no integrity. They have no media integrity. The same integrity that you expected of, like, let's say the 60 Minutes show and CNN and Fox and Don Lemon and Anderson Cooper and Peter Jennings and all them motherfuckers, is the same aptitude of respect that you need to have for your YouTube media, because we all fall under the same category. We're the medium for y'all. we're the curator for y'all for information as it relates to the sport of boxing. Y'all gotta work, y'all gotta do y'all job, and y'all trust us. Y'all gotta go take care of family, and we've been and we're the chosen ones, right? To give y'all information, man. All right. I don't want to park this far. I'm at Planet Fitness, about to get in workout number 1. I found the parking spot closer. Hey. So at the end of the day, Eddie Hearn need to be brought up on charge. WBC, you need to suspend Eddie Hearn from promoting any fights. He doesn't bring in money. PBC is your moneymaker. And I would assume ESPN is your moneymaker. He needs to be suspended. He needs to be fined. WBC needs to fine. I've never heard of a sanctioning body fining someone, but he needs to be fined. Oscar Rivas needs to sue. He needs to sue everybody that knew. Clad, Eddie Hearn, Dillian White, everyone that knew needs to be sued. All right, and needs to be suspended. He needs to be kicked out of every sanctioning body rankings. Eddie Hearn needs to be suspended. Man, listen. When you conspire to be a slave master and a vindictive, selfish, self-absorbed, don't give a fuck about nobody type of person, putting bodies at risk for the sake of profit. Listen, I'm going to keep it real. The reason why I have zero respect for Kenny Porter again, zero respect, zero, is because the integrity that I exude on my YouTube channel. It's not because I'm on some sissy shit. When I expose to y'all niggas fight week what Kenny Porter did, no one's ever gonna respect that nigga ever again. Ever again. Even fighters. That's why he doesn't have any fighters. Because niggas don't Dude, when I drop this fight week, listen, even Dre says, Dre, who has no desire to ever go to fights, no desire to ever meet anybody famous. She never wanted to meet Floyd Mayweather. She never wanted to go to fights. And you know she got the green light on everything in my life, right? You never see her. You never see on the YouTube. She hear me doing videos sometimes, but she never want to be on the videos as opposed to Kenny Porter all up in the videos. None of that shit. She told me to go get that nigga. When your woman tells you to go get a nigga, you go get the nigga. Period. End of discussion. I need to separate that in another video. But anyways, moving forward. Eddie Hearn, you need to get out. You're no good for the sport of boxing. Deontay Wilder predicted this shit. Deontay Wilder said everything that comes off his tongue comes to fruition. Hey, Deontay, I'm going to start calling you Prophet Wilder. Think I'm about to start paying my tithes to your ass. For those of you who don't know, I give my tithes to my community, right? You know that 10% you're supposed to give to a church, that 10% goes to my community. All right, I want y'all to know that. All right, I pay my tithes in a different way, but it's over. Eddie Hearn, you say needs to be suspended twice. I'm gonna go back to Trill Boxing Talk and go on to Planet Fitness and get my work in. But man, it just angered me, man. It just angered me. This shit angered me, man. That Oscar Rivas, I don't know his backstory. I don't care to know his backstory. But you're talking to a man. Dre is a full-blown doctor. I have access to every prescription in the world for free. I work out y'all know, I'm very open about how aggressive I am towards working out. I can cheat every day. I can cheat. And I'm not in a combat sport. The only thing that I hit is mostly a heavy bag and a speed bag, a double end bag, etc., etc., etc. I don't hit people. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, I may spar a little bit here and there, but even then, I'm putting their life in danger if I was to take a PED or a substance that can do bodily harm to someone. All right? But I chose not to do it. So at the end of the day, I chose, and I'm not placing my moral compass on y'all as it relates to doing over-the-counter drugs. Listen, if you got a headache, you got heartburn, you got all, I just choose to deal with it, right? Maybe because drugs and alcohol ran rampant in my family. I'm an 80s baby under Reaganomics. Go listen to the Jay-Z album. You understand what I'm saying? So it may be, I may have open wounds from that, and that may be why I chose never ever to fulfill a prescription, you know. And but at the end of the day, when you choose, when you see, you know what murder is? The key words in murder is malice and forethought, right? July 17th, there was malice and forethought for profit. I repeat, the definition, the two key words in the definition of murder, you must have malice and forethought, okay? All right? When you go get your, I have, you know, I have a safe in my house. We'll just call it that. And you have to learn this shit because you have to understand the power of what you possess, right? And when you got to know what murder is defined as, you must have malice and forethought. Well, there was malice and forethought on July 17th when they found out that Dillian White tested positive for PEDs. Not one, but two. Eddie Hearn said in 2012 that if you get caught twice, you need to be suspended. Jarrell Big Baby Miller needs to come out and be very vocal. This is Jarrell Big Baby Miller. This is your time to gain some momentum, to gain some traction, okay? But you got to be clever with your words now. You got to be clever. You got to talk about second chances in a clever way. And Dillian White, because you've been caught twice, once here in California, but you got to be clever. You can't go out here and be reckless now. You must have a PR team behind you. You understand? You got to talk about redemption. You got to talk about coming back. You got to talk about being fair. You got to talk about, you know, I was young. You got to accept guilt, okay? Because this is an epidemic in the sport of boxing. All right? So anyways, man, barbershop conversations, man. Feel free to hit the subscribe button. I got to get to work out there. I'll holla. Peace.